She said 2 words.
What 2 words? What were they? What did she say?
Bad wolf. Are you afraid of the big bad wolf, Doctor?
Allons-y, everybody, and welcome to the Bat Wolf broadcast. I am Tony, and with me always,
Oti.
yes, and today we are officially back. Yesterday we were back, but today we are back
It's
with the Bat Wolf broadcast.
Our first new Doctor Who Day review. Yeah.
Woo! We are back. Guess who's back? Back. So yes, we are gonna be talking about this new season of Doctor Who that just started with the Robot Revolution.
Yep.
A classic Doctor Who title, I would say. It reminds me of old Who. Like the
It-
Robot Revolution would be a 6-episode arc,
It's very tongue in cheek, and
Yeah.
that's my favorite Doctor Who. So
Yes.
let's get into it. We have new season, new companion, new villains. Mrs. Flood is still
Same
there.
theme song.
Same theme song. New Screwdriver, maybe.
Maybe color? We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that. Oh, and we
yeah.
have like a bootstrap paradox.
Yes, we do
You
have
know-
a sort of we have a timey-wimey thing, and I love the line, "What am I? 8?"
Yeah. Oh, that was great. I think this sums up everything I liked about this episode. A friend of mine, he DM'd me, like, he saw I was watching the episode, and he said, I like Belinda, but the episode was kind of meh. And I told him, dude, the incel is a villain, and we get some timey-wimey, like, I'm all for it. So
Yeah, no, I think it was a really great way to start the season, and it lot of questions, as there should be, but we do kind of get a really great Doctor and companion first episode. It reminded me a lot about Smith and Jones, like very much so. We're in the hospital. She's in this case, she's a nurse, but it's like the whole like doctor nurse thing, like battle
it's
thing.
actually wow. I really hadn't thought about it.
Yeah.
They are actually very similar episodes.
Yes,
but
and
no
then
Dragoons.
yeah, no, but actually with this one, what I really liked is that she's the one pushing the doctor and not the other way around. And we'll talk about it a little bit when we get there, but their first full-on interaction ends with her being the one who pushes him forward into the adventure. So honestly, I think it was a really great intro. I'm loving Belinda. I really love to see what she's gonna do to push the doctor forward, because I think that's gonna be pretty evident in this season. And hey, it's Shruti's back. Shruti's back like he was never gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, he continues to be a great doctor.
Yeah, no, he knows exactly where he's at and what he's doing.
I think you got over your general thoughts. I also really liked the episode. It kind of reminded me also of Space Babies, was it? The one with the booger monster?
Yeah.
I think they were similar. I did not think they were remarkable, but they were like a fun enough adventure for me to get on board. Although I really like the last 5 minutes of this episode, I thought were crazy and amazing in a lot of different ways. But yeah, no, I really like Varada Satu in this role. It's
100%.
very different from what I know her. Vel in Andor, who's like crazy.
Which, by the way, it's back next season. Next week. Sorry.
Yep. And by the way, we got The Last of Us in like an hour and 15 minutes.
Hour and 15 minutes. Yes.
Yay. Great time to be a fan of things.
Yes.
So no, I like the time loop of it all, like how it all like connects. It's strange. It doesn't really make sense in some ways, but it does in others.
I also love something about a time paradox thing that even the Doctor is like, I don't understand this.
Yeah,
You know,
no, he's like,
because usually he'll be
I'm
like,
just here.
usually he'll be like, I have the answers, and like the first 10 minutes would be him explaining what's going on. But even this time, he's like, I don't get this.
Yeah. So Tony, oh dude, there's a housekeeping video now.
Oh,
Yeah.
let's go.
So our
Bring
general
it in.
thoughts are out there. By the way, to the audio listeners, we are on YouTube now also.
We are.
So
Please
just-
come see us.
Yeah. So you will not see this video. It'll be the same thing as always. Tony, I'm gonna play it for you. It's kind of lame. So
Backstage to me, baby.
Hey companions, before we get started, we want to remind you that you can listen to us over on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and wherever you get your podcast. Wherever you listen, make sure to follow and subscribe so the podcast episodes will pop up automatically in your feed and you don't have to look for them. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure to leave us a 5-star review, which really helps us get to more people, and that way the show can keep growing. You can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Threads at batwolf_FNI. You can also keep up with our co-hosts' adventure. You can follow Collectony52, which is Tony's collection page, and you can follow El Podcast de Star Wars, which is Odie's main Twitter and social media handle, but also his Spanish language Star Wars podcast. And our co-hosts also have Film Not Included, which is a podcast dedicated to discussing all sorts of films. The links to all these things I just said will be linked down below. Without further ado, let's get right into the Bad Wolf broadcast. Okay, so we're back.
We are back.
Huh?
We are back.
We are back. Okay, so let's talk about Murata Satu.
Uh-huh.
I liked her a lot.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun to see like that dynamic grow between the two of them. This episode kind of did something. I don't know if I mentioned it in our preview, but I wanted to, and I think I didn't though. But at the end, I started thinking like, what if the Doctor is purposely keeping her in the TARDIS?
Maybe I think he's genuinely like concerned about the mystery, but I could see where that could happen.
I thought about that like a little bit with the trailer, and now like in those final minutes of the episode, I like that she's like, because the Doctor does the thing the Doctor always does, like, hey, you're with me, I could take you home, but I could take you
there's
elsewhere and
something there.
take you like 5 minutes from now in London. And I love that he like sells her on the idea, and she's like, nope, I'm not one of your adventures, you're gonna leave me home, I don't want any part of this. I like that.
I do. Well, now that you say that, I'm leaning towards that in many ways, especially with the fact that she is a mystery to him, a mystery that we still don't know. He even says it in this episode. I heard your name from somebody. Who is this somebody?
Okay,
Where did this come from?
okay, and here's the other thing I want to mention. I think the reason at first with the trailer, when this thought came into my mind, I thought it was the Doctor just being extremely toxic, as the Doctor is, and just like keeping her because he needs company. But after watching the episode, I'm starting to think like, what if he knows Earth is destroyed in May 24th, 2025? But by the way, that's the day the second to last episode airs, so that's interesting.
That is interesting.
Yep. So I'm thinking, what if the Doctor knows what's gonna happen? He knows it's related to her, so that's why he's picking her up,
And he's trying to keep her away.
yeah, he's like, I need to solve this because Earth is gonna get destroyed.
Well, we do see that shot at the end, right after the TARDIS fades away, right?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like the Doctor's being like, oh, for some reason I can't come back to this point. But what if he already knows why? There is no Earth, and why wouldn't the Doctor know why he can't? I don't know. I think he I think he's being a dick and just like keeping shit to
That
himself.
is interesting. That is interesting. I mean, and it wouldn't be the first time that he would kind of pull something like that
Of
selfishly, you
course,
know?
that's like a
So,
classic 11th Doctor thing to do.
yeah.
Just
Oh, oh no, I can't use this.
yeah. Um, but yeah, no, I like her. She's different. Very different from Ruby.
Hmm.
Ruby was all about the adventure, and here's this person who doesn't want to be here. She's someone who apparently has her life together. Companions are usually like in very weird situations.
Yeah, no, this is somebody who has like knows what she's doing and is actively living her life towards that. Like she's a nurse. She has like she's starting a new job. She's doing all this sort of things. All the other companions have been these weirdos that are like in weird points in their life, like kind of like runaways or like, you
Ex-
know,
Except Clara, who was like, "No, I have my shit together. I can go on vacation with you, like for 6 months. Yeah, I can do that." And then
but
be
that
like,
was
"Okay, please
after.
don't come
It
back
didn't
for a
start
while."
that way. It didn't start that
But
way.
they had like that weird thing where he would drop her off and then come back and pick her up, and like, yeah, no, I casually hang out with the doctor.
I
Is
guess, yeah.
Clara even a companion if you think of it? Okay, of course she is. She's the best
Clara's a
one,
Time Lord.
basically. Um,
Yeah, so anyway, this episode I think was really, really great. I really liked the concept. I loved the whole process of it, and I really loved Verada's kind of just integration into it, like she's always been there.
yeah, going to the concept basically like buy a star and find out. So never do that. I I like at first I was like, this is so Doctor Who absurd. Like you bought a star and all of a sudden you're the considered the queen of that star.
Queen
Like
of the Star,
what the
yeah.
fuck? Um, but there's so much to this episode that was just like Doctor Who weird. Like these robots, they can only they miss every ninth word. Like who comes up with this? Russell T Davis. That's
Russell
what's
T.
up. Yep.
Davis.
So again, like everything, the rules, the whole thing of the certificate falling in time and them finding it and being so freaking weird, but I just loved it. I had a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
no, I think it was great. I think it kind of helps you throw away the rule book and just kind of just go with it and play with it. Um, because even like even the doctor being like, yeah, like I'm not really understanding why this is happening, and he's learning with the companion at the same time, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, no, that's another thing. He did not know what was going on. He kind of started figuring it out with her, but she's the one who figures it out first, and then he's like, "Oh wait, it's not
Yeah,
AI, it's
yeah.
Al."
It's Al.
Yep. Um. So let's talk about Al for a second.
Let's talk about Al.
One of my favorite Doctor Who weirdos. Like,
Yes.
uh, he he meets Belinda. They date for a while. He buys her the star. Um, and then they break up because she got tired of him because he was a fucking asshole.
Yeah, he was too controlling and too much of a
All he
guy.
ever did was like correct her. And then the robots pick her up because when they picked her up, she mentioned go get Al, and they go get him, but come back too early.
Yeah,
And
so that time fracture in between their world, which is Belinda Chandra,
uh-huh.
and Earth, has a time fracture that depending on like it's like you could cross it and be in the future, you could cross it and be in the past, or
You
you could
never know.
cross it and nothing could happen. But
And also in that jump, they find the certificate that says the star belongs to Miss Belinda Chandra. So they then believe she is like the owner of the star. She is their queen, their eternal queen. And also Al gets obsessed with the planet because he can rule it like a video game and then turns into what was the Jodie's first villain who was like also the villain in the finale?
oh, Tim Shaw.
Tim Shaw. Like he's basically Tim Shaw.
Yeah, he is basically Tim Shaw. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I like the reveal. I did not see it coming.
No, to be honest, at the beginning I thought, is this how they're gonna introduce Cybermen now or something? Because at the beginning I was thinking like this is kind of when he was saying like, "Oh, I no longer feel pain," like like you're gonna assimilate to this whole thing, like. But I loved it. I really thought it was a great reveal, and I thought it was great how it kind of like just really went full circle on it. Like she dumped him once, she'll dump him again.
She will
Like
always dump him. Like, no, I'm never gonna marry you. Um, what do you want to talk about?
I mean, I kind of want to talk a little bit about that relationship between the Doctor and Belinda. Like I was
Oh.
mentioning earlier, we have that introduction to them where like he's telling her this whole story, right? Like while trying to um warn her at the same time. Then we have this whole like interaction with this other human, Sandra 55, who or Chandra, I don't remember her name right now.
What's her name?
And the Doctor really kind of becomes very attached to these people,
Yeah, he spent like
and
6 months there or
he
something.
has been 6 months there while waiting for Belinda. So he gets attached to them. He has this very emotional moment, and it's Belinda, the one that pulls him away. And it's like, Doctor, we have to get out of here. Like, we have to move
Mm-hmm.
on. Where usually it's kind of like the other way around. It's
Yeah,
the Doctor being like, hey, like, we can't be emotional right now.
yeah, we gotta go.
Which has been a shift in the Doctor's personality in the last, season that we've been with him.
Hey, but we
He is a
also,
much more emotional Doctor now.
but again, we get that moment in Rogue when Rogue dies, and he's like, upward and onward. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Just
Yeah, but
you can cry.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Um, so it's very interesting, and I think that dynamic it's gonna work very well with them. Like again, when they go down into the underground city, and she's like, typical Doctor, just sitting there while the nurses do all the work. And she doesn't even stop to think, process her situation. Like she's in a distant planet on the other side of the galaxy, and she's the queen of this world and the reason why this whole infighting is happening. But what does she do? The first thing she does when she gets there, rolls up her hands, and it's like, how can I help?
Yep.
What is this IV? Like, what are these victims? Like, let's go. Like, let's do something about this,
I'm the nurse. I can do this.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a very interesting dynamic between both of them as that power circle within them.
I'm gonna ask you a question, Tony. What do you think? What do you think is gonna happen with Belinda? Because at this point last season, we knew Ruby was leaving, and we didn't know she was leaving. We kind of thought there was gonna be like a two companion dynamic, or that Ruby was gonna die. Because like yeah, that's what
Cuz
always happens. Because Doctor Who. Um, but we haven't heard, and a lot has leaked about this show,
mhm.
but we haven't heard anything about a new companion coming in. We haven't heard anything about Verada Setu leaving the show. I think it would be cool if we have like a multi-season companion. Um,
Yeah, I would agree with you. I mean, there's always been multi-season companions. This is the first time we've kind of had this, I mean, aside from Martha, I guess.
and
But
Donna also left. I mean, she came back for like
she
a special,
came
but
yeah, but she came back for 3 specials. That's like a season.
okay, no, but I mean, she left the show for
But
like
she
over 10
didn't leave.
years.
But what I'm saying, it's like it's very much the norm. Um, so I'm interested to see that. I do believe that part of this whole she doesn't love adventure now, and the Doctor trying to keep her, like she's going to go on these adventures, and she's gonna kind of realize like there's much more to this universe and a lot more than I can do with the Doctor. So I wouldn't be surprised if she was a multi-season companion. In fact, I root for it. I think it would be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I liked her enough. So I
Just enough, though.
I mean, it's only been one episode. um, fuck, I was gonna.
Ooh, if you count Mundy Flynn, which actually brings
Okay,
me to
so
a great
yeah, no,
point. Yeah.
that's where I was gonna
What are
go.
your thoughts on this whole
I
thing?
was perfectly fine with it. I
I mean, no,
didn't.
I'm definitely fine with it. I mean, what are your thoughts about
No.
what does this
No, but
mean?
I'm just talking about the reveal per se. Like, I'm sure
Mhm.
there's gonna be people who are upset with it, feeling like there
Because
was
they didn't leave it on for later?
no, maybe more because there wasn't more to it. Just like, no, she's your descendant, and that's it. There's not like really a connection there, but maybe there is.
Yet.
We don't know yet. But like, if this is it, if that's just it, she's just her descendant from a billion years from now. I'm like totally cool with it. Like, I would not mind. But for now, I'm just taking it at face value. I'm not really thinking much of it.
No, I mean, right now I'm not thinking too much of it. I am still under the impression that Villengard is going to be a much bigger villain that we're all thinking about. And that's the episode where Mundy Flynn shows up.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the Christmas special. I am wondering if there's going to be something else attached to this whole thing that, like, he's meeting their descendants at some point. And in this episode, we get the whole thing of like, I just lived your whole life in the blink of a minute, and I'm a bigger part of you than you think I am. I'm wondering, and the only reason I think about this is because we do have this whole thing about, remember when Clara lived in the doctor's life forever? You know,
Mm-hmm.
like,
Yeah.
um, so I'm
Yeah, but
thinking like,
she
is there
wasn't.
something here? Again, first episode of the season, and what do we get? Timey-Wimey stuff. So I think Timey-Wimey is gonna be another recurring kind of thing that we may be playing around with. And what if it's not just descendants? Even he says that, even like, it's an exact DNA matchup
Mm,
makeup. It's not just like you're a descendant. You know, usually when you're a descendant, you have what, like a percentage of a DNA of somebody.
yeah.
We're talking, this was an exact DNA match. They looked
Interesting.
exactly like,
Interesting.
I'm wondering what's gonna like, again, theory right here, off the bat, off the top of my head. Villengard develops a time bomb of some sort that
Uh,
the Doctor and
wasn't
Verada have
the time
to.
bomb the whole thing with Joy to the World?
It wasn't a time. Well, it was. They needed the time to cook the bomb, but it was just a bomb.
Okay.
You know. But let's say this one is an actual time bomb. And the way that the Doctor and Verada save it means that she splintered across the, I don't know. It's Doctor Who. So many things can happen.
I mean, you're the one who wanted to theorize.
No.
Um,
I'm just saying.
but
I could go into a rabbit
I
hole.
just realized I think with Doctor Who I never like to theorize because I just don't. I
No,
mean,
no.
I'll
I
have
agree. I
theories here and
agree.
there, but
I agree.
like I have no idea what's gonna happen
It's
next.
better to not. It's better to not.
Like, none of this can come up for like 5 episodes now.
Yeah.
It'd be normal. Um, yeah, no, you kind of convinced me that there's maybe more to it because like with the whole thing, like it's an exact match. So, that's definitely something that'll probably be picked up later. Um, let's see. There was a lot of silliness in this episode. I already kind of mentioned the robots were kind of
The
ridiculous.
great AI generator. Come on, that was fucking hilarious. That's like such a play into today's world. It's like, everything's an AI generator of some sort.
Yeah. No, but I really like those robots. When they impounded the TARDIS, they just like pick it up, take it
uh
with them.
at first, they reminded me a lot of, you remember King Hydroflex and the husbands of River Song?
Oh
It
yeah,
kind of reminded me of those, and I thought it was gonna be something with that, but I'm glad it's kind of just a new one. But it's like, it's sort of a recycled design of some
yeah. No,
sort.
no, for sure, for sure.
But
I like the
no, but I
faces
did.
though. The
Yeah, no,
kitty.
I love when they change into the little emojis thing. Um, yeah, no, I really liked it. I really liked the whole like visual aspect of it. Um, I'm betting the CGI wasn't like super awesome in some
I
parts.
thought it was great. Like,
I'm
I
thinking they're
grade Doctor
holding
Who
back.
CGI on a massive curve, by the way, because
Oh,
I know where we've been.
of course, 100%. I'm just thinking like a lot of it was set pieces and not a lot of CGI, so I'm betting they're holding that for other episodes, which just
I,
makes me think,
but
great,
again, it's still
awesome,
TV and it's still the
yeah,
BBC, so
and it's
like,
still the BBC,
so
yeah.
whatever. And it's still
I mean,
Doctor Who.
hey, Disney money. I do have one thing I did want to ask you about. Um, this person who told the doctor.
You're hung up on that, man.
I really want to like, why can't he just tell us?
I'm gonna put that thought on a pin. I'll
Okay,
bring it back later.
pin it up, pin it up.
I just want to get I want to get this out of the way. The little robot, like
The
I'm still
cleaner,
on the ridiculous and the silly,
the
but
Roomba,
the Roomba, like amazing, and how
amazing.
how they used them later on
Yeah.
to. Oh, by the way, new rules in Doctor Who. Apparently, if two exact things in from different times meet each other and touch, they blow up. That had never been established, had it?
I don't think so. I think
I'm
that's
pretty
just
sure we've seen that happen before.
we've seen two things from the no, it's the exact same. It has to be the exact same object.
I mean, again, but like that's like meeting yourself in a different moment. We've seen the Doctor meet himself in different moments, and it's the exact same thing apparently, or something. Whatever. Again, I'm not mad. Like I don't care.
No,
I
I'm
don't
not
care.
mad either. I'm
Doctor
not
Who
mad either.
rules
I'm just
last
thinking
for like
like,
2 episodes,
yeah.
a season at most. But
Yeah, it's a season at most of rules.
yeah, but again, like I thought it
Yeah,
was
no, that is interesting
a
actually.
fun thing
Yeah.
for them to add, and yeah, okay, so who told the Doctor? Man, don't get your hopes up. Like, think about Joy to the World and that whole thing
No,
with like, oh, how did he know? No, he knows because he heard himself say it.
no,
So,
I get it, sure. And here's another thing, like it just and I'm not saying I need answers to this. It's just stuff that kind of keeps lingering. Mrs. Flood and
mm,
a breaking of the fourth wall again.
yeah, no, well, we'll talk about Mrs.
This
Flood.
woman, like,
We'll
what
talk
is
about
up
Mrs.
with her?
Flood.
But I think with the
I won't
person
forget
who
about her.
told him, it's more so like, the doctor has still kept on his adventures. And what was interesting to me is that it didn't come back up. I was kind of expecting at the end of the episode for her
Who
to
told
sort
me?
of
Who
be
told me?
like, so who's talking about me,
Yep.
Um, but it's not coming back, and I think obviously there's stuff that they got to hold on to for the rest of the season. And to me, it's more so like less that he heard the name, it's more what that name is attached to. And I think it just kind of ties into what you were saying. Like, what if he knows that she's the reason why the world blows up or something? I don't know. Like, what if he knows that there's more to her than even she knows? So I'm just very interested in that. But again, it's like chicken and the egg thing at this point. It's like I don't really care what came first. I just want this adventure to keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about Mrs. Flood. What's her deal, man?
What is her deal? Why does she keep moving next to people
Also,
that how much
wait,
property does she own?
no, wait. Did she move, or does Belinda live right next to Ruby?
I don't think she lives next to Ruby because
And
Ruby
Ruby doesn't live there anymore, though.
no, but she used to live in Notting Hill.
And where
And
was Belinda?
Belinda, I think, lives more like closer to the city because she works at the hospital.
There are hospitals in Notting
I
Hill.
don't. I know, but I don't know. That's just me thinking. Like the vibe was that like she like um Ruby lived in like an apartment building. These people are living in like one of those like 3-floor townhouses like Donna owns. Um
No. Oh, no. Wait. Ruby's mom, like her adoptive mom.
yes, I know what you're talking about. But again, it was still like an apartment
No, it was
complex
like a
building.
3-story house.
She literally has to go up the stairs and open the door to her apartment. The whole thing of the first episode is like they bring the new baby in and they're like, "Oh, Grandma Cherry, why don't you want to move to a first floor?" And she's like, "They're never gonna get me out of this apartment."
Okay. I think you're right. Whatever.
Anyway, I digress. I don't. It
Yeah,
could.
no, yeah.
It could
It
be.
kind of looked
It
like
just.
Donna's house, actually.
It exactly. It looked like Donna's house. I think. Mrs. Flood moved. Now, I think Mrs.
She's
Flood
following him,
is
but she doesn't want to
following
see
the
him.
adventure. No, no. She doesn't want him to see
Don't
her.
you dare!
What?
Don't you dare tell him!
Don't you? Hey, I wasn't here.
Crazy woman. Any theories?
I'm.
I don't
I'm
think this
still-
episode gave us anything.
No, but like we know that she's coming back a lot this season.
She's appearing in every episode.
Is she a Time Lord?
she
Is she
Sutek
the
again?
villain? Is Sutek back? Is this Ruby when she's older?
We're back to that theory again.
Yeah.
I think I'm going with dude.
The Master.
Yeah, I'm gonna be that guy.
She's the Master.
She's the Master.
She's the Master or the Master's acolyte?
Oh, if she's Missy's acolyte, like
She's the companion to the Master.
oh, and by the way, I'm like just RTD, bring her back, man. Just like yeah, bring her back. This show needs
Michelle Gonzalez.
yeah,
Yeah.
Michelle Gomez.
Oh, Gomez. I don't know why I thought Gonzalez. I kind of want her to be a Gonzalez.
Well, she could be Puerto Rican. Bring her back.
Just bring her back.
She'd be awesome, and she'd be awesome with Chuti.
She really would be.
Yep. Okay, so any theories on what's going on? You mentioned Villengard. I'm gonna hesitate on that because that's like a Moffat thing. Every single time we've seen them, it's been a Moffat episode. Even in Joy to the World, they were like the main villains. But again, why bring them up twice?
And why bring Moffat back just to bring a villain that's not important?
But what I was gonna mention, Moffat is not writing any episode in this season, so that's why I'm like, could it be like now or maybe like a season 3 thing?
Maybe, I don't know. Is Moffat coming back to showrun after RTD?
Don't tease me like that, man.
Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. But maybe I think he'll write again. Like he said he was gonna. Ever since he said he was gonna retire, he's written like 3 episodes. So yeah. I mean, do you think we'll get more new gods in this? I've decided they're called the new gods.
I think so. I wouldn't be surprised. And again, if this thing about the TARDIS not working is not a Doctor thing, like he's got the parking brake on just to be a dick, then it's the new gods. That because who else has the power? This is people he's afraid of, So who else has the power to control the TARDIS, time and space, the vortex, all that sort of stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if they have to bring them back. And if they don't, I would get pissed.
I mean, no, Russell said he was going to continue that arc, but we haven't seen like in the teasers or anything. We haven't seen anything with those people. Russell T. Davis, Fourth World.
Yep.
Tony, anything else?
Yeah, just one last thing. I didn't want to mention it because we usually in these sort of shows, which is totally valid, and we've talked about why we think it's valid, but we always talk about the writers and we always talk about the people who wrote it. I want to talk about the director, Peter Hoare.
Okay.
This is the guy who directed.
Don't call him a whore.
Yeah, don't call him a whore. This is the guy who directed Good Man Goes to War, another great Doctor Who episode. But not just that. This is the guy who directed Long, Long Time, award-winning Last of Us episode. The one about
really?
Yeah, the one about
Bill and Frank.
Bill and Frank.
Interesting. I
Yeah,
did
yeah, I
not
know
know this.
a great director. I don't know if he's back for season 2 of the show. I think he
Last of Us,
may
you
be.
mean?
Yeah, for Last of Us, yeah. But he is doing another episode in this season of Doctor Who.
Oh,
He is
really?
doing, yeah, he's doing Lucky Day, which I think is the 6th episode, or I don't remember the number right now, or the 5th episode. But I just want to say I think he's a great director because it just kind of shows the difference. Like, this was such a silly Doctor Who episode, but then you think about, he made one of the best episodes in The Last of Us too, and like that episode was dark and deep and emotional, and like the performances there. So I think this is gonna be somebody to keep an eye on as a television director, if maybe even if he moves into features. But and I don't know much about him. I just saw the name and I was like, I've heard this name before. So I decided to check that out. And he's done
Yeah,
Daredevil
I'm
episode,
saying the
if I'm
IMDb.
not mistaken. So
Yeah,
but
no,
yeah,
that's very, very interesting indeed. I love that long, long time episode. So
yeah,
that's
no,
cool.
again,
And wanted to add to what you were saying. Lucky Day is the fourth episode in the
fourth.
in this season, and it's the episode where Ruby comes back.
Oh,
So that'll be fun.
so Peter Whore, what a
And
whore.
Kate. Um,
Ah, Kate.
I like Kate.
So next episode, we
What
get
was the
Alan.
next?
We get Alan coming.
Oh, yeah, that's the cartoon
Animation,
one.
the cartoon one,
The trailer looked
Miami.
fun. The trailer
Yeah.
looked fun.
No, it's gonna be interesting. I'm excited for it. That's for sure.
Yep. So I think that's it for today.
Oti, any last minute season predictions and or speculations? Speculate responsibly. Or wish list, villain wish list. Give you know.
Alex.
Yeah, baby, I knew it. That's that lucky day. That's that lucky day.
Lucky day for the TARDIS to come back.
Oh man. No, but really, any sort of last minute thoughts or sort of
No, not really.
eh,
I'm just here for
in
the
for the
ride, man.
ride. In
I'm
for
here
the
for the
ride.
ride. Whatever they want to do with
Love
the show,
that.
like
Love that.
I really, it comes with the fact that I'm relatively new to the fandom, so it
Sure.
hasn't. It's been like a year since I finished the entire show.
Yeah. Look at you.
Look at me.
You
So
you've changed, bro.
I, we think you've changed, bro. I I'm not like really invested in making theories, like for example with Star Wars, because like I've been a fan since I was a kid. Uh so yeah, I'm just here to see like what they do. If they give me Daleks, great. If not, I can still wait a little bit. Um if in season 3, if in season 3 we don't get like regular Doctor Who villains, I think I'm gonna be I won't be upset. I'll be fine.
They're gonna have to come back at some point. I'm just thinking, like, even think about like what Chibnall did in his era. The Daleks were reserved for the specials, really.
But we
They
have
weren't like
2
main,
specials
you
already.
know. I know, yeah, but still, like, it wasn't like a main season villain. So I'm obviously still holding hope. And Russell, think of what Russell did for the new era. It took a bit for, like, yes, Daleks came back in the first season, but they had to. In this one, it's like, we're doing things a little different. So I don't
No,
know.
no,
I think,
we're focusing more. It's kind of more not sci-fi, like fantasy with this whole god thing. I'm here for it, man. I'm here for
yeah,
it.
no, I'm definitely here for it.
Like
I'm
I still
definitely
remember
here
people
for it.
being upset at goblins, and I was like, who cares?
Yeah, it's a goblin. Come
Yeah.
on, man.
Yep.
What's wrong with you?
Okay, Tony. So let's leave it there. We'll be back next week talking about Lux, the second
Yep.
episode in the second season of Doctor Who, or the 14th season, 15th, 16th. I don't give a shit. Tony. Oh, yeah, no. Follow us in Twitter, Instagram, Threads at I don't remember the handle. It's down there. It's down there somewhere. Go find it and
Check it.
follow
Just
us.
check it.
Yeah, you do that. You do that. There's also a clip for the housekeeping, so go back and watch it if you want to know. Yeah, Tony, take us out.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being with us for another episode of the Bat Wolf broadcast. Like Oti said, we're going to be back next week reviewing Lux. So, Have a great weekend. Have a great rest of your week. Enjoy your Time Lord adventures for the week. And with that, Geronimo.